Retrain your vibration. That is the road to the life that you want. Well, how does retraining your vibration have anything to do with living the life that you want? Well, we know this is a vibrational universe, and we know everything physical is a vibration of energy that has manifested from a vibration that we're offering. Each of us are offering our array of vibrations on different aspects of our life, and that's the form that's being taken in our physical world. That vibration takes form, it manifests in our physical world. And so since that's the way that it is, that means whatever's going on in our conscious and subconscious mind for thoughts and beliefs, there's a vibration attached to those. They are vibrations of energy, and that's the way our life is manifesting, has been manifesting. And so what the vibration has been that we have been offering is from a lot of faulty beliefs, because growing up we get a lot of the same old information generation after generation, and we grow up offering the same kind of vibration, and therefore life on planet Earth has tended to be a cycle of a lot of the same kinds of things, just not really living the full life that we came for. And so you can see why the retraining of your vibration is necessary, because if we want life to manifest differently, we have to offer a different vibration. And so, again, we didn't get the kind of training that allowed us to be in charge of our mind and intentionally offering the energy that would allow the things that we want to flow into our experience. So this is why we need to do a retraining. And when we do, then of course we will bring our mind, our subconscious mind and our conscious mind back in alignment. And that's going to allow our life to flow in the natural way that it's meant to flow. As I talk about in many videos, the joyous process of the creative process, which is joyous expansion. And so, what's happened is most people are out of alignment, and see, most of the action that we're taking is out of alignment action, and a lot of that stuff is to secure our life in one way or another, whether it be through money or relationships, jobs, our future. There's a lot of what's going on has really to do with securing ourselves in these various ways of life. And that's all faulty belief, but it's the best we can do, because with the information that we're giving to kids as they grow up, that's really the best that they can do, and we can do, because we were given it as well. And there's a lot of faulty belief again in there, and so because that won't allow the stuff we want to flow in the easy way it's set up to flow, we look for ways to sort of work around that. So this image over here is us. Here's all vibrational reality, all the things that we want, and it's not flowing through the pipe because it's cluttered with those faulty beliefs. And so without realizing that, so what humanity has done is try to find some crafty ways that what they amount to is getting around the pipe to get at these things. And sure, different people have different levels of getting at these things, but it's nowhere near the flow that would happen if we cleaned up the pipe and we got our beliefs back in order in our conscious thinking mind. So that's what the training is all about. We're sort of on the job training now, because that's what we're really doing, is training ourselves back into alignment with who we are and how life works. So as we're doing that, we're sort of on the job training, because we're living life here and we're training at the same time. But that pipe still's got the junk in it. And so again, a lot of people are wanting to find ways, and what it amounts to is going around the pipe. But it's just conditional stuff, and it will never let the full flow come. And like I say, different people, depending on what kind of beliefs they can get together, what came together growing up, conditional beliefs, what they've acquired in the growing up years, it all amounts to going around the pipe, because we're learning to live in alignment, and alignment means this pipe will be cleaned up because we'll have no resistance in our energy, and then we won't be looking for workarounds, we won't be looking for manifestation techniques, we won't be looking for banking a bunch of money to secure our life, we won't be trying to please others to secure ourselves in a relationship or any of that stuff. You see, we'll just live our natural life, receiving the things that we want, because we'll be in alignment, and that's the way life flows. When we're in alignment, the things that we want flow into our experience. So this is what's been happening to humanity, because we got sort of trained, and again, it wasn't intentionally, just because generation after generation we weren't knowing how to teach the new kids coming in, and so they grow up with the same faulty beliefs. And so this is why we want to retrain our vibration so that it will be back in its natural high place, and it'll be in alignment and in agreement with all the things that we want our life to be. So what's really interesting, I'm finding, is I'm working through the program with different people, and we get about halfway through, maybe 2/3 of the way through. And a lot of people are realizing just how many faulty beliefs that they had just from going through the program with me. But maybe what even makes it even more obvious is now talking with friends and family and just listening to people talk and thinking, whoa, that is way out of alignment. That is some low vibration stuff going on, coming out of their mouth and going on in their head, and they are completely oblivious to it. And then the person would say, and I was there not that long ago, and now I'm sort of, we can say we're waking up. We're waking up to being aware of what we're thinking about and how that impacts our life. And so that's a very interesting thing that happens as people go through the program, is you do get that awareness and you think, wow, I really did have a lot of faulty beliefs going on, and still do, but at least I'm aware of them, and I'm starting to deconstruct them. So at least I'm on the path to coming back into alignment, into my natural life. So that was an observation I thought I would share, because it's quite likely, if you're just coming here to the channel, or you're just sort of starting to work on this, that you are going to discover that you have been trained with a lot of faulty beliefs, and they are the only reason you're not receiving the life that you want. And instead of trying all these crazy things to go around the pipe, see, what I'm teaching you to is to clear out the pipe. That's what the training I'm giving is. It's the clear out the pipe training. It's the alignment training. It's to get back into your natural life training. Now, there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of things in a lot of different ways, saying a lot of different things. And a lot of it is working around the pipe. Even stuff about energy, still working around the pipe. Money, working around the pipe. It's all working around the pipe. The only way you can get your natural high vibration life going is alignment. That's the only way. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the retraining of our vibration back into alignment. What does that mean? What does it look like? Well, we're going to start to learn how to talk high vibration language. Think high vibration thoughts. Imagine in high vibration. So let's take imagination in high vibration. That means we're going to freely dream. We're not going to put up any blocks or any resistance to the dream. We're not going to come up with thoughts that counter the dream or contradict the dream. We're just going to freely dream and know the dream is done. It's ours. We're just playing with it in our mind. We're excited for the anticipation of receiving it. We're not thinking about anything that can get in the way of it or what we got to do to make it happen. So that's learning to imagine high vibration. We're learning to think in high vibration ways. I talk about that in all the videos and all the different ways that we want to reframe things, rephrase things, deconstruct things, so that the thought is a thought that's in alignment. So, and when we do that, then we're going to start talking more in alignment. So words that I hear a lot are words like, well, I've lost something, or life is hard, or it's hard to get this, or the word hard is used. It's hard to think good feeling thoughts all the time. There's so much from the unawareness of faulty beliefs. It is. All those things are hard from faulty beliefs because they don't allow you to see the ease of them. So once you start to learn and retrain your mind into the high vibration version of life, the true natural version of life, then the hard starts to turn into easy and the loss starts to turn into gain, you see. And we look at things as clarity and contrast and expansion and gain. So that's part of the training is to get there. And we're looking at the contrast as a celebration. That's a big part of the training. So we've got to train our thinking mind to look at contrast, all those things that we call problems or losses or trauma or bad situations. It's all clarity. We got to retrain our mind to think in that way and talk in that way. And another big one is ourself, right? We want to move from retrain ourselves from being self-critical or doubting ourselves or feeling lack or unimportant. We want to retrain into self-acceptance, self-knowing of our value, our worthiness, our naturally born, perfect, successful, all that stuff that I talk about. We want to get back into that. We're going to retrain our thoughts and the way we talk about ourselves and others, as far as that goes, back into alignment. So that's what you call retraining your vibration. So you're training around the contrast and clarity of life and the expansion. That's a creative process, and you're retraining into your self-acceptance and your self-value and all that kind of thing. And then you coming into connection with the truth of who you are. You're going to do no self-criticism. You're going to not beat yourself up at all over anything. You're going to be completely understanding of yourself, understanding all your gifts and talents and who you are and everything. So this is a retraining that must be done, because you've got to get your thoughts about yourself back into alignment, and you got to get your thoughts about life in terms of the creative process back into alignment. And and when you know that, and then anybody that's coming at you, they're mirroring your energy, you see. So you're going to be in alignment. You're going to retrain the way that you respond to others. You're going to stop reacting. That's a whole retraining thing too. I'm not going to react anymore. I'm going to respond, because this person is bringing me awareness of my vibration, and I am getting clarity from the situation. You see, this is all the retraining to get yourself back into alignment. Now your vibration, your thought energy through the day is all going to be high, and then the natural byproduct of that are the manifestations of the things that you want. You see, we're not going to be working around the pipe trying to get things to manifest and use money and all those other kinds of things that people do to work around the pipe. We're addressing the pipe, right? When I say understand clarity as contrast and expansion, and accepting yourself, your self-value, the truth of abundance, that everything is all set up to work for you, then you're going to be just fine in terms of your vibration. It's going to be in its natural place, and life is going to flow. So more things, the truth of life, why you came here, how it works. Again, the truth of abundance is that it all flows easily and automatic. Negative emotions are a good thing. They let you know you've slipped out of alignment with your thoughts. You get back in. A whole understanding that life really is easy, and it's only these negative feeling thoughts, the old beliefs, the faulty beliefs that are in the way, blocking all of that. So you see, as you retrain your mind and you get it back into alignment with the way things work, then you're replacing the thoughts with in alignment thoughts, in alignment thoughts, and then what happens is that you completely transform the way you're thinking in a conscious level mind, and then your beliefs start to transform, and then they clean up, and then you're back in alignment. So other things you're training to do is deconstruct negative feelings on the spot, turn those around so that you genuinely get back into a good feeling place. See, all of this stuff that I just talked about here, this is training your mind back into alignment. You see, you got trained away from all of this stuff as a child. You get told all those faulty beliefs, which contradict all of this stuff, almost 180 degrees difference, really. And so that set up all the blocks so that the things that life has caused you to ask for, even though you've asked for them through experience and you're being set them up, you can't receive them because all of those faulty beliefs keep your vibration out of alignment, keeps it low. The way you're thinking about things, the way you're thinking about others, the way you're thinking about yourself, the way you're thinking about life, the way you're dealing with the emotions, the way you're dealing with people in your life. It's just all faulty. It's all untrained way of living life. And so now we got to do the retraining, and this is it. So we want to get back to the basics of life, which is who we are and why we came here and how it all works. and just completely deconstruct all that crazy faulty belief stuff that was set up to tell us all kinds of things about all kinds of things that aren't accurate or true at all. So again, going back to this diagram, when you do that, you're going to do this. You're going to clean out the pipe, and then you just don't need to do any more of the workarounds. No more manifestation techniques. Gone. Money will not be the thing that you are after to secure your life in any way. All gone. And in your aligned state, your natural high vibration state, everything just keeps coming down the pipe. And then when you get one thing, then the house comes flowing in after a while. Oh, I'd like to have a different house. So that comes back in around, a different house comes back in. You see, it just keeps the joy cycle of expansion. And money, just part of the coming down the pipe. Not something that secures for anything, but just a means of exchange. And not related to any of these things, not related to the job you do or anything. I mean, it flows with that because there's a belief associated with it. And there's joy. And when there's joy, there's money flow too. So there's expectation and joy that allows that to flow in those ways. But it's independent, really. All these things here are independent of money. You can have all these things and not factor in any money at all. Your inner being will factor that in on the path and as a means of exchange, and for you to be easy, just an easy path. But it's just a detail your inner being takes care of. You see. So that's the message I wanted to get through here today in terms of what we're really after here is we want to stop chasing after manifestation techniques, and money is a way to secure our life and have the good life, because both of those are faulty beliefs. One's a traditional faulty belief, and another one is a newer faulty belief around the whole thing of the universe being energy, but people misunderstanding how it works and thinking they've got to engage in manifestation techniques and do certain things to get things to manifest. And that is not even close to the truth about the way it works. We want to get back into alignment. What we're working on, what humanity is, what awakening is getting back into alignment, so that all of our thought, energy, and our beliefs are in agreement with all of this natural information of life about who we are and how it all works. And that makes it very, very easy for us to look at anything and look at it how it's serving us, how it's good for us, how it makes our life better, versus all those other thoughts about loss and hurt and trauma and crisis and problems and all that kind of stuff. You see, that's just the old training stuff from faulty beliefs. But we want the new training based on the creative process and the natural, accurate knowledge of life. And so as we do that, that's where we are. We're in training. We are on-the-job training, you could say. Humanity is an on-the-job training. And just be kind to yourself. It's going to take some time to develop the new thought patterns, and then gradually they will change the faulty beliefs to natural beliefs, right? So it's different for everybody. Don't be watching the clock or counting the days. Just keep doing this work to retrain your mind, retrain your thoughts. That's your vibration. This way, just keep going. Physical reality not going to change right away, but it'll catch up as soon as you get the momentum swung around. So just relax into the learning process and get the retraining done. And then as you do, your physical life will start to catch up, and then all the manifestation stuff is really an effortless byproduct of all of that. Okay, so that's the message for today. Thanks for listening in. If you have any comments, leave them on the post, and enjoy your day.